Number 13 is the 148th running of the Preakness Stakes. A field of 7 with the scratch of number 8, First Mission, who, by the way, was probably the biggest threat to Mage. And, of course, Mage winning the Kentucky Derby in really impressive fashion. He raced extremely well, got the trip, and, you know, here's the thing about the Kentucky Derby. You've got to have everything go right. And I'll tell you what, Javier Castellano absolutely had everything go his way in the Kentucky Derby. And the one thing about Mage is if you liked Mage in the Florida Derby, you had to like him in the Kentucky. You absolutely had to. There was no, to me anyway, you had to like, because he went by, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. He went by Forte, and then Forte, of course, came back on him. The only question, like you said, was would he get the distance? So Mage is both of our top selections. Give me your thoughts.
Well, I looked for hours trying to find a horse to beat this horse, and I thought maybe it could have been the one National Treasure. I went back and looked at his last race, and I don't see any excuses for him not running better. They're adding blinkers today. He has the rail. That's good and bad at the same time. It's Bob Baffert returning to the scene after being barred from running in the Kentucky Derby the last couple of years. By the way, if you look at the daily racing form, they had 14 guys handicap the race. 8 of them had First Mission on top because they did this before the scratch. Only 6 had Mage on top. By the way, Mage, according to the Blood Horse magazine this morning, hit his head in his stall 2 days ago. And it's minor, but he has a couple of stitches above one of his eyes. So he's going to the starting gate like a prize fighter. Raging Bull, Mage. So he better not get too far behind. No. I mean, I know there's only, 7 in this race? He only has 6 foes, but that doesn't mean he doesn't run his usual race.
Where he's back off the pace.
Yeah, I better not get too far behind. So the horse I put second, and I've been there when the local horse upsets the Preakness. I covered it many years. The 4-horse, Coffee with Chris. He's going to be on the lead. Now, the question is, can he get away with slow fractions? If he does,
who knows, right?
It's going to be tough running him down. He doesn't look like he can go that far, but it's Pimlico. It's a mile and 3/16. He's the home horse. I've seen the Puted Testimony and BBB. They sprung the big upsets down there in Baltimore.
Scrappy T almost did it.
That's right. And I threw Baffert in third. I put National Treasure in third. So I went 3-4-1. Who else do you like?
I like a Maryland horse, the winner of the Federico Tessio Stakes, number 6, Perform. Fergal Lynch shows up here for trainer Shug McGahee, who, listen, Shug, we all know this. Shug knows his way around a racehorse, right? I mean, Shug would not have put this horse in the race if he didn't think he had a shot. Was racing in some maiden special weights down at Tampa, stepped up to the Federico Tessio in preparation for this race at Laurel. And not only did he win, he was 8th at the top of the stretch and just flew home. This is another horse that, obviously is going to be rolling with Mage, late. And then I also used the 7 Blazing Sevens, took some time off after the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. This is another closer in the field. I'm sort of banking on there being some sort of a pace scenario up front, but you're right. If Coffee with Chris gets loose on the lead, things could really shake up. Things be shaken up.
Right. So what you did was you went Mage by Good Magic first. You got Perform second?
I do.
He's by Good Magic second. You have Blazing Sevens third?
I do. So
they're all sired by Good. This could be quite that stud fee was $50,000. Don't let these horses finish 1, 2, 3. You won't be able to get near that horse for $50,000.
All right, so those are the races that we are going to cover for you here this afternoon. Lots of great things going on. You can enter to win contests. We've got the Food Truck Festival going on from 1 to 7 o'clock. Lots of great food trucks. Special Preakness drink, the Black Eyed Susan, downstairs for $6. Lots of beverage stations, bands. You've got Buckshot from 1 to 3 and In the Sticks from 4 to 6 p.m. And then, of course, live racing begins at 6 o'clock after you finish with this. We've got a 15-race program on tap. Bob and I will be back in 3 weeks for the Belmont Stakes. Joining us, though, I haven't told you this. Joining us for the
Javier Castellano.
No, the Belmont Battle discussion. Of course, we'll talk about the Belmont Stakes, but the Battle of Lake Erie that night. Our new track announcer, Kenny Livingood, will be a part of our show next time out. Kenny is coming to us from Saratoga, and he will begin calling the races here at MGM Northfield Park on Saturday, June the 3rd. If you want to check him out, Saratoga is racing today, and he is calling at Saratoga this week as Mike Sardella is out. So if you want to check Kenny Livingood out, he's a very good announcer. He's a very accomplished announcer, young kid, 24 years old. Whoa. So I'm excited to welcome him on board.
So is he from Saratoga originally?
He's from the Saratoga-Albany area.
Okay,
yes,
so can we have his room when we go up there for the Saratoga daytime thoroughbreds and nighttime harness? Can we stay in his old room? He'll be here.
There you go. So, all right. Good luck in your wagering strategies this afternoon, and enjoy yourselves as the weather is starting to straighten up outside.